Alright, so we have Jeff Molina versus Daniel Lacerda. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So for Molina, we saw him at UFC 261, I believe it was, where he fought Arichi Lang. And we saw that he has quite nice boxing, nice hands, nice straight punches, very fundamental with his boxing, with his stand-up. Frequently switching his stance, either stance goes for the 1-2, but just in the orthodox for the most part. Has a nice snapping jab on the back foot, good at firing off punches while he is moving. Not a lot of people do that. Nice counter 2, 1-2-3. As I said, very fundamental. For the kicking part of his game, in orthodox he's throwing low calf kicks, in southpaw he's throwing body kicks. Mostly in southpaw he is throwing just the jab or the body kick. That's primarily what he's looking for in southpaw. But he can be pressured onto the fence if you do really put the pressure on him. He can be kind of backed up onto the fence. And he never really has his hands near his chin. They're kind of just hanging just around his chest, you know what I mean? Like, he never really brings them up completely, or even when, the opponent is in really close distance, he never really brings his hands up to his chin. For Daniel Lacerda, very limited tape on the guy, I could find anyway. Seems to frequently switch stance as well. I saw a few techniques that he threw, like a spinning kick into a takedown. Not much for me to go off, really. On the mat, he postures up and throws ground and pound. For Jeff Molina, he will give his back to get up on the mat, so potentially could be bad here against the Brazilian fighter, who potentially, probably, most likely has a black belt. They seem to just kind of get born with those black belts, but it is what it is. So how I see the fight going, so we saw Molina at UFC 261, where he put up a great fight, showed some real nice hands, seems to have good cardio, good volume, takedown defense seems a little bit dodgy, but his get-ups seem pretty good. Trains with James Krause, so you always love to see that. In regards to his opponent, Daniel Lacerda, I only found like one fight of his and it was over in like 2 minutes, so obviously not enough footage to make an assumption or an accurate assumption on his game. He came out throwing a lot of spinning shit and a lot of other big actions, so potentially has a cardio problem, not a very energy efficient style. He's never seen a round 3, so I could definitely see cardio being a problem with his style, but I guess they are flyweights, and flyweights generally don't have, you don't see too many flyweights that are gas after 2 rounds, but, always is a possibility. But yeah, a lot of assumptions need to be made if you're going to make a bet or a pick either side in this fight, because we don't really know too much about Lacerda unless someone else has some inside knowledge or a plug for Daniel Lacerda fights, then yeah, probably gonna have to make a few assumptions here. Alright, so if you guys could like the video, that'd be awesome, helps out a lot. Alright, so prediction is Molina by decision, I think I said. But yeah, I'm not betting this fight because I know nothing about Lacerda, really. Like, there's very limited tape. He could come in and look totally different. I have basically no information on the guy, so yeah, I'm not looking to bet this fight at all. It's a stay away from me.